I am David King, and I approve this message.
Milwaukee, it's time for change. It's time for leadership that listens, understands, and takes action. David King is that leader. As a dedicated community advocate and successful entrepreneur, David knows what it takes to get things done. He's not afraid to roll up his sleeves and work alongside the people of Milwaukee to tackle our toughest challenges. From improving public safety to investing in our schools, David King has a bold vision for our city's future. He'll ensure that every resident has a seat at the table.
Together, we can build a Milwaukee that works for everyone. A city where opportunity knows no bound and where our best days are yet to come. I'm David King, and I am ready to lead.
Authorized and paid for by King for Mayor, Celadis Landon, Treasurer.
Welcome back. As you know, a couple of weeks ago, we did a town hall meeting, and we are back with another town hall meeting. We are here to talk about and to discuss the issues that's facing Milwaukee. And I'm glad that you're a part. Here's some of the ground rules that we have. First off, I need you to take a moment right now to share it with everybody. Somebody that you think that may not know how to vote or who to vote for, someone that may be on the fence about what to do, somebody that's even said that I'm not going to vote. I need you to share this information, share this town hall meeting right now with as many people as you know. Because this is going to be very informative. This is going to be a platform to where we can discuss community issues. The second thing I need you to do is make sure in the comments you type your name, let us know who you are, and also take an opportunity to ask questions. This is very important. We need to make sure that we talk to the candidates so that we can get informed about who we're voting for, and that we can make an informed decision on the issues based on the responses that we get. So this is a town hall meeting. This is a conversation, and we are inviting you to be a part of it. So that's the second rule. The third rule is I need you to like. Go ahead and push the like button. You see the thumbs up. Go ahead and like the button or give it a heart, if you will, so that we can just know that you're there and know that we're engaging with the community. So take a moment and do that right now. I'm going to take an opportunity to invite all the rest of the people that's on here. We have none other than David King, Dr. David King, who is running for the 2024 mayoral election. We also have Tynada Jackson, who is also a community advocate, has years of experience in community affairs. And then we also have Dr. David King's wife, Rosie. And so all of you all are a part of this conversation. So we invite you to join in this conversation with us as we invite you on the stage. Where y'all at? Oh, look at here. Dr. David King, Sister Tynada Jackson, and now we're just waiting for your wife. Oh, there she is. All right. And so we thank you all. Ty, I still can't see your face.
I'm sorry, I'm coming. I'm trying to get it posted on my page.
Oh, okay.
Hey, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it all, make sure everybody is in the house.
And Dr. King, you are muted. Just unmute yourself.
Blessings, sir. Can you hear us now?
We can hear you now. Thank you both for being with us. I am excited about this journey. I'm excited about this conversation. Why do I look so close to the screen? Good God, my master. I guess, okay. Looks like y'all can see. All right. But we're here, and we're excited to be here. I'm glad that we are here to have this conversation. So y'all ready to kick it off?
We are ready to kick it off.
I don't know with you, but I'm ready.
You know, I don't ask no hard questions. I try to keep it casual, keep it good. But I know people want to know a little bit about you and your wife. So let's tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Well, I'm gonna let her go first to tell about herself.
Hi, my name is Rosie King. I'm a pastor. I've been a pastor in the city for a few years, over 20 years.
Yeah.
I am an insurance agent, and I stand behind this guy right here, supporting him fully in his run for mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a great guy. He's definitely qualified for the job, and I'm here to support him in what he's doing to help our community heal and get better.
Absolutely, absolutely. Dr. King, who are you?
Well, I am David King, born and raised in the city of Milwaukee, pastor for over 20 years, business coach and a consultant, a basketball coach at Kingdom Prep Lutheran High School, and a problem solver.
Yeah, there you go. So, and then Tanetta, give us a little bit of rundown of your history and who you are.
My name is Tanetta Jackson. I've been a advocate in this community for since 2012. You advocate all the time, but just going hard and strong since then. And I was listening to Dr. King and the direction he wanted to go with our community, with our city. So I was really impressed. I'm trying to get in here. Really
There you are.
I know, right? Trying to hide.
I'm trying to hide, dog. But
Bullies always hide.
so I'm just excited to hear what his plan that he want to give to the city, so that they are aware of the direction he wants to take our city. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be a part, and thank you for the invitation.
Thank you for being here. Let's dive right in. Again, listeners and everyone that's watching, take a moment and let us know that you're here. One, two, the rules are you got to ask some questions. We see Fernando Walker. God bless you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Um, and if you have any questions, again, please chime in. We want to see your questions because this is a serious election. Many people do not realize how important this election is, because this directly affects the city of Milwaukee and the people involved in the city of Milwaukee. Take a minute to talk about why this election is so important, Dr. King.
Well, this election is so important because of the fact that this deals with our everyday life. Everything that is being done in this election affects us, whether it's taxes, safety, services, uh, dealing with education. Your local races are the most important race ever. It's more important than the president's race. It's more important um, than the governor's race because the persons that's in office downtown is the one who makes the rules and the regulations that deals with our everyday life. And so we have to be very careful in putting people in office because they're going to make the laws. They're responsible for the service, and they are the ones that are either helping your life to prosper or to keep you oppressed.
Absolutely. And there's some neighborhood problems. We discussed this on your show that you do on WGOB on Tuesdays, on Wednesdays at 3 o'clock. We discussed about there's an issue in your neighborhood. You're not going to call Joe Biden in to come in and fix your neighborhood situations. You're not going to call on the senators to do that in your neighborhoods. So these issues directly affect our day to day, right? The ordinance in the city of Milwaukee, and we need a trusted leader to be so. Why should we choose you, Dr. King?
Well, our current mayor been in as an alderman. He's been in as president of common council and now mayor for 2 years. The service is not being provided the way it's supposed to be provided for us. We still doesn't feel safe. So we need a true leader that's going to do two things. One, tear down and rebuild the foundation so we can rebuild our city. And two, we need a true leader that's going to empower the people and make sure that everybody is at the table and every community is going to be taken care of. Because I will be a mayor for all the city of Milwaukee, not just one part, but every area of Milwaukee. As mayor, we will make sure that we touch and we will make sure that we start to rebuild and grow so everybody can prosper.
You said something recently just about tearing down, right? When you talk about tearing down, some people might be scared of that word because that sounds, tearing down is often destructive, right? So, what is your plan when you say tear down? What does that mean? What does that look like?
Well, what it looks like is on day one, we pulling in every department, we bringing everybody in, and we're going to ask the why questions. For example, why we got so many potholes, right? We need to know the why. Why service is so slow, right? Why all the city vacant lots got trash on them? We need, because first of all, we got to make sure the service side is taken care of, right? And so we have to make sure we have to ask the why. Why is the service is so bad? Why is the police response so long? I mean, those are the things that we have to look into and find out the why, right? Because now we got to listen to the people now, because the people are now at the table. We have to find out what it is in each district or each area of the city of Milwaukee that are feel like they're being left out, abandoned, or even forgotten, right? So going in, when we talk about tearing down, we're talking about tearing down the old way of doing things. We're not talking about burning up the city. We're talking about the old way of doing things. And we're talking about in a way where you will be proud to be a citizen of Milwaukee, right? Because you finally got a leader that care about you. And so this is what I'm talking about tearing down. Tearing down the old ways, bringing in a new culture, a new standard, every coach that a team hires, he come with his own culture, right? He come with his own system. So he has to reprogram. He got to sell that to the people that he's working with to make sure that they can trust him in the move that he's trying to make for the betterment of their lives.
So then, what does a new culture then look like under David King's administration? What does that look like with the building up? Then after you tear down and find out all the questions and get all the information, what is the next step with building? What does that look like for you?
The next step is we're going to remove the excuses, first of all, because what it looked like, no more excuses now. Because you might have an excuse that, well, we don't have enough employees. Okay, well, here's a suggestion. Everybody that you guys told they had to get out because they didn't take the vaccine, give them their job back. Let them come back to work. Now we're saving on training dollars. So we're saving money because we're saving on training dollars because they already know how to do the job, right? When we go into our community, right, we let everybody feel good. So my goal is in every year, 3/4 of the year, we're going to take 5 districts and have a town hall meeting in those districts to talk to them to find out, are we on track? Are we still connected to the community? Are we still listening to the community, right? So those are some of the things that we need to look at to do.
Got you. And then you talked about talking with some of the aldermans. Um, how do you plan to hold them accountable as to their leadership, and what does that look like under your administration? Because the aldermen ultimately, do they answer to you then?
No, one of the things that people have to understand
Yes,
when
sir.
it's talking about local government is
Yeah.
that the aldermen answer to the people. The people
Come
have
on.
that power.
All right.
Okay. And so what the people must do and must realize and must understand is that they have that power. And the moment the people realize that, then those aldermen are going to change the way they do things and the way they think. So, for example, if we're trying to bring in a company to go in a certain district that has empty buildings and the alderman stands against that, then we're going to go talk to the community, the district, the people of that district and say, listen, we're trying to bring in jobs that you can walk to, but your alderman is hindering us bringing that in. So you need to call your alderman and find out why you hindering for us to have a good paying job that we can walk to. So we're going to put the power back in the people's hand. We're going to inform them what they can do. And if the alderman doesn't do the job, then they know that they have the right to fire that alderman.
That's good. That's good. Holding the aldermen accountable for the neighborhoods that they're in to keep that community vibrant and growing. So what would you do then if you find aldermen that are doing a good job? How would you enhance and promote them as well?
Well, see, as being a business coach and a consultant, what makes me so good is all I got to do is sit down with them, and they can share me their vision with me for their district, and all of a sudden that visionary inside of me start to kick in, right, and say, hey, let's do this, and hey, let's do this, and let me use all my resources, my connection, not just in the city of Milwaukee, but across Wisconsin, and say, let me see if I can get you what you need, right?
Right.
For example, when I was out canvassing yesterday, a lady came up and she had an issue. She says, what about my children, my daughter? My daughter
Mm.
is a special need daughter. We don't have a park for special need children.
Wow.
I said, whether I become mayor or not, we're going to work on getting that special need park for our children with special needs because they need a protection, they need a bathroom there, they need some stuff, right? So why can't we come together with foundations and other entities to create a park for special needs? She shouldn't have to drive all the way to Sussex so her kid can play. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you're talking about, having a community that's listening, but also have connections and networking to get the job done.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, if you're just now joining in, thank you for joining in, Sister Janice Golden and Stacy Smitter. Ryan, thank you, man. Mel and Fernando, we all thank you all for joining us. Listen, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. We want to make sure that we get attention to your questions and attention to your needs and matters. And Tanetta, you can jump in anytime. Don't just be over there trying to look pretty.
See how you see what he doing to me. I'm back here doing administrative work, so y'all excuse me.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna join in a minute. Let me just finish this little. I'm liking what I hear, and like you said, whether the thing that I like about what he's saying is that regardless if what happens, I'm gonna continue to do the work like he has done the work over the years. You know, I did do some research and seen what he's done in the past. He's not stopped working. He's been working on our community. And that's what we want, right? We want somebody that's been doing the work, that has been fighting, and knows the woes. Not only has he hasn't had a silver spoon in his mouth, he has worked and he built himself and built himself to where he is today. And that's a fighter. That's the fighter in him, and that's what we're looking for. Someone to fight with us and beside us as a community and fight for what our concerns are. And that impresses me.
absolutely. Thank you, Sister Tanetta. Thank you for joining in. Feel free to chime in anytime you need to. I want to talk about we just got out of the primaries, right? What was that?
February 20th.
February 20th was the primaries, right? In that election or that primary selection, right? There were only, I think, 30,000 people that voted in that, right?
30.
30,000 people. How many people in the city of Milwaukee?
Over 577,000 citizens in the city of Milwaukee, 296,582 registered voters, and only 30,000 voted. So 11% voted.
Only 11% voted in this past primaries. We are embarking upon the general election, which happens April 2nd,
Yes.
right? Please talk about the importance of voting and how, because I think more than, even registering to vote, because more than just finding out who you are, they need to vote because it's their right. So talk to us a little bit about voting. Like, why should people get out and vote?
Well, I don't know if I should touch that first or should the bully touch that first. Because she's been doing that work, right? So
Right.
I think she should touch it first, and then I'll come behind her.
We pick it back off of it. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't. Now, Pastor J.B.J, you know I'm not no bully, but
I know you're not.
look, he been on my side tonight. Um,
Just right now, because I don't want to get bullied.
okay, I love it.
Yeah,
Queen Rosie, don't laugh at him.
yeah.
But that being said, I guess my concern is, and I made this comment in Sunday school this morning that I know our ancestors are turning over graves,
Uh,
that to see the fact that we're not exercising our right to vote, and they have fought and bled and died for us to have this right to vote, and we take it so nonchalant, so carelessly, it is saddened. And I would want to know what my grandfather would say, knowing that I did not go out there and exercise the right to vote, but I sit in my kitchen, I sit on my front porch, and I complain about the city is going down. Then we complain that there need to be a change. We cannot have a change unless we go out there and be a part and exercise our right to vote. So it saddens me. My heart is heavy when I go and we see at the end of the night 58 people voted at the poll at 8 o'clock at night. That's a sad commentary for our community when we don't go out there and say and don't go exercise our right to vote. And if we won't change, you got to go out there and do something. You have to go out there and say, what are my options for this? What can I do to make sure this change happens? So it does sadden me when when we don't see that people don't go out there and do what they should do.
absolutely.
Yep. So let me touch it too, because here's the thing that I love about it that we don't pay attention to. I'm gonna use an analysis, okay? If you take a baby elephant and chain it to a tree that it can't pull up, and it stays there for so long, when that elephant is full grown, right? It still can chain it to that tree and it won't pull it up, because in his mind, what happened? He think he can't pull that tree up, right? They trained us to only focus on the president's race and the governor's race. They never talk to us about local races. This is why, even in the primary, the mainstream media didn't even talk about the primary. Now, mind you, the last primary in the special election, they interviewed everybody that was running. It was about 6 of them running. They interviewed each one to find out what was different about each and every one of them. This week, this primary, they didn't talk to about none of us, right? They don't tell you to go out and vote because they don't want you to vote in the local races. Because if you vote in the local races, their stronghold is over. If you listen, in 2020, 91,000 voters voted for a mayor. That same year, over 250,000 voted for a president. Think about
Wow.
that for a minute. Think about that. The
Yeah.
same year, a few months later, over 250,000 went and voted for a president, and only 91,000 voted
Mayor.
for the mayor.
Yeah.
So what that tell you? It tells you that they are trained, right? They are trained not to vote in local races. They trained us not to pay attention. They trained us not to go. And they don't realize that the one that they trained us is the most important one. And so what we have to share with the people is your most important race. Everything you worried about, everything you dealing with in life goes on in April. You can't wait till the president, because the president can't. See, some people ain't never read the Constitution, so they don't understand the 10th Amendment. Because the president can say a certain thing, and because of the 10th Amendment, the state can say we're not doing it, right? When COVID hit and they said we're going to shut down the state, right? Certain counties says nope, we're not doing it, right? So Door County was open, A couple of other counties was still open. They did not shut down. They was like, no, we're not going along with it because that's not a law. It's just a mandate, right? So when you have leadership who understand your rights, understand that no, we don't have to follow that. We're not going to go along with that. That's what protect us. This is why local races are so important because your business owners need to be protected. Our community need to be protected. Our seniors definitely need to be protected. Our veterans need to be protected. We need to address drug overdose. We need to address mental illness. We need to address homelessness. All of that is local. That's all local. And so we have to make sure that we get the people out. If you ever want to change anything, and then here's what they say: ain't nothing gonna change. Not when you don't vote in local races. When you don't vote in local races, nothing will change.
Come on.
I want to chime in on that too. It's so vitally important that we vote in local races. And I think that the people of the city are totally discouraged. And I believe that they believe the lies that's told to them in the media, that their vote is not important, that their vote doesn't count. And so I think that there's a lot of hopelessness. People that I've talked to when we were, passing out literature yesterday, they were saying that, I don't think, my vote counts at all, but it definitely does count. And so I want to encourage people to be encouraged and stop buying into the lies. There is hope, but the hope is in you. And so as the hope is in you and you really take courage and go out and cast your vote for the change that you desire to have, then you'll get what you desire to have when you actually put faith behind what you're saying. The criticism doesn't help, but when you go out and take courage and vote and try to see if your vote is going to change anything. This man right here, definitely, he's a man that stands behind, what he says. He literally does that. And I really know and believe that this city will change. He's been here for his whole life. And we as a people have neglected to vote and to push the candidates that's going to work for our benefit. So I'm encouraging the city of Milwaukee residents to really take courage and go out this time, April 2nd, and cast your vote. I remember my dad, went and voted when he could vote. First time he could vote, he went to the polls and he cast his vote. My dad could not read. He could only mark an X on the ballot, but he went and he actually cast his vote. And so a lot of people have done a lot of good things for our community to be able to have the right to vote. It is your legal right to go out and cast your vote. And so I encourage all of us to go cast your vote. I can't tell you who to vote for, but I'll tell you who I'll vote for. I would definitely vote for David King.
All right.
I will tell you to cast your vote. If you really want change, this is the guy that's going to actually cause change to happen in our city for the better.
Hey, and let me say this also. They always talking about voter oppression, right? They're oppressing the votes, right?
Yeah.
The most dangerous part of voter oppression is ignorance. When they don't give us the information on how important local races is, that's another sign of voter oppression. Right now, mainstream media is doing voter oppression. They don't want to talk about the mayor race. They don't want to talk about the candidates of the mayor race. So they're trying to keep the people ignorant so that they can oppress the votes and nobody want to go out. Right. And so when we have a voter oppression, we have to look at everything. And the biggest part of voter oppression is hiding knowledge and information from the people.
You know what? I want to tell that like you wanted to say something.
No, I was gonna say, Mrs. King says she can't tell you who to vote for. Yes, she can.
Yeah.
Well, then vote for David King.
Tell them toot your horn. Yeah, I need you to vote for David King because you know if you're looking for change, if you want change, you got to tell them how to get change. And only way to get change is to let the people know how to get change.
I I want to say this. You talked about voter oppression. It is disgusting. Now I'm saying this. It is disgusting that the major news outlets, Fox, Six, Channel 12, Channel 58, Spectrum, all of those news, Channel 4.
Not Spectrum, not Spectrum.
Okay, Spectrum got a hold of you. Shout out to
Spe-
Spectrum.
Spectrum came to my house and did an interview. So shout out to Spectrum.
Shout out to Spectrum then. I digress. Spectrum, I love you. Don't cut off my phone service. I love y'all. I use Spectrum. That's why my phone didn't go out with AT&T. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go there. Yeah. But all of the other news stations, it is a shame or disgrace that they have not interviewed the other candidate.
Right.
It is a shame and a disgrace because in order for the people to know who to vote for, right, there has to be a fair and unbiased media. That's what they're designed to do. It is a shame that we have to get on this format and this platform, even though it's a great format and platform, don't get me wrong, but it's a shame that in order to get the message out and for them to know who the other candidate is, this is where they have to go. We need to stand up and tell these news stations they need to find out about the other candidate. They need to come and talk to the other candidate because if they don't, they are being biased as a media company and they're not letting the whole story be told.
Well, it's designed to that they're gonna push, whatever candidate that they feel that should be, and it's like you said, it's not fair. And I've had seen elections before where some candidates said that in the Democratic Party when they went to Madison, how they were on the ticket and they wouldn't let them speak when they went up to the Madison for the Democratic Party. So this is designed that way. I'm not saying that the Democratic Party, Republican Party,
right,
designed to push their candidate, and it's not fair because everyone should have a fair shake to run and to put their message out there. Everyone should, and it's sad that it's not been able to be done.
Absolutely. So I just want to say that because it's important. Because I know a lot of people that don't know that there is another candidate.
Right.
That's a shame.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a shame that the people have not even heard of the other candidate.
Right. And the thing about it is this, and I'm going to use Thai word. If they interview.
Bluetooth disconnected. Bluetooth connected.
Who got a Bluetooth that's connected? Is that you, Ty? What you doing over there?
No, I think I'm guilty of that. Hold on.
Oh, okay. I'm always blaming you, Ty. Don't do this. Because you look like you were up to something.
Yep, that was me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So watch this. If they decided to do the interview, and I'm gonna use Thai word, they will find all my receipts. Right? They would find the work. They would know the work. Matter of fact, Channel 12, I forgot how many years ago, made me the person of the week. They interviewed me for the work I did, the person of the week. So, they it ain't like they don't know.
Oh, good. No, you fine. Good.
Oh, and so when you talk about it, they don't want who David King out there. They don't want to know the work that David King done. They don't want to know how many people David King helped with jobs or helped get off drugs or helped single moms. They don't want to know David King who worked it with Chief Arthur Jones and started the Midnight Raid and all of those things. They don't want to know that. Because if they know that, then what's going to happen is it's going to make the current mayor and everybody look kind of shaky. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And that is, but it's an injustice. It's an injustice to the system. He told me to back up off the mic. Is that better, Ryan? Let me know if that's better. Um, I'm right on the mic, so it's and I talk kind of loud, so that might be what you're picking up, because Dr. King was yelling, so I started yelling.
Well, I get passionate quick.
He started yelling, I started yelling, so I'm sorry if I'm blowing your ears out, and I'll try to be more controlled. David King, don't get me started now.
Well, I mean, it's passionate for both of us, and
Absolutely. I love my city. I grew up and I was raised here. I love this city. I love this city so much. But it's not fun anymore for the people that grew up here. It used
right,
to be a place where it was inviting. My dad and some of his family moved up here because of the job opportunities, right? They moved here and held down some phenomenal jobs. These jobs, they were able to sustain their families, and we don't see those jobs here anymore, and that's a problem. So now you talked about your track record. Give us. You talked about some receipts.
yes.
Give us some of your receipts, sir. I need to know. We need to know what you have done that qualifies you to be here on this stage. Yes, sir.
Well, first of all, I mean, where you want me to start it? I mean, that receipt list is so long, but well, wait. Let me start with the jobs, all right?
All right.
And so, I have worked with a lot of companies, not just in the city of Milwaukee, but outside of Milwaukee in Waukesha County and uh, Ozaki County, Washington County, Dodge County, and we took people to get good paying jobs where they can take care of their families. And we was also giving jobs to felons that was coming out of jail. All they had to do was go get either steel toe boots or non-slip shoes, and we had a job waiting on them. We helped a lot of the elected official family members when it came to jobs. And so me and my wife, we was at and we Saturday was that Saturday? No, not Saturday. What day was that? Saturday we did the let. Friday, I think that was Friday. We was at El Greco's, right? So I'm gonna give you a receipt. Friday we was at El Greco's, and Derek Mosley showed up at El Greco's.
Okay.
So we got to talking about my work in the city and how long we've been knowing each other. Well, me and Derek Mosley been working together when he was a DA, and
Wow.
he was stationed at Fifth District.
Okay.
Okay, and so when he was stationed at Fifth District, we worked together. Captain Flores was the captain of that district. He would send me in areas where the prostitutes was to help clean that area out. But when Derek Mosley became a judge, right, and
Mhm.
people had fines and they were supposed to have to serve some time, he
Mhm.
wouldn't send them to jail. He would send them to me,
Wow.
and he would have them give 80 hours, 90 hours community service with me. And
Wow.
and so this is how much the law enforcement trusted me. Police officers, sergeants in the police department, when they would go to Walmart and somebody would be caught stealing, they used to send them to me on the corner of Richards and Concordia so I can help them get a job. So that's how far back I go in this community to help people not only get jobs. We had a transitional home for single moms so they can get back on their feet. You know, we went out and got a bus and we transported 450 in 1 year a day, 450 people a day to jobs. And here's the thing: they never had an interview with the job. I was the interview. They filled out their paperwork with me, and when they filled out their paperwork with me, guess what? They was automatically hired. I told them what shift they was going to work, and not only that, I was meeting them because at the time I didn't have an office. I was meeting them at Burger King on Martin Luther King and Locust.
Wow.
It was so many people, the customers couldn't get in. So we had to ask them to stand outside, and I brought them in by shift, gave them a job. Now we was picking them up on uh, Richards and Capitol, right by Walmart, Burger King on Martin Luther King and Locust,
We was in the parking lot of Checkers on 35th and Burleigh, and then we had a route going straight down Sherman Boulevard. And we gathered all of those people up and drove them to work. And so, and then and every time since we've been campaigning, somebody that I don't remember their name, but I remember the face, say, "You helped me get a job. You changed
Wow.
my life. I know you. You're the real deal." So, so my work in the city, and I could have sold out. I could have sold out. I could have took money and been a face for well, we ain't gonna go there, but I could have been a face for them, right? I could have sold out, deliver messaging, their messaging, and everything. But I'm not a sellout because the people of Milwaukee really need help. And so, one thing that I can say, and then I promise people is, I would never sell their trust.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's something that my track record would tell you. I will never sell a trust. They offer me money from the city if I could be quiet. I would never shut up. So keep the money because I'm for the people.
Yes.
Yeah, that's in Waukesha County.
I do like one of the
Right.
uh, ideas that um, Dr. King has, and that is to have a meeting. He said there's 15 districts, and try to have a meeting at least once a quarter, feedback, a town hall type meeting with the constituents. And I've been to meetings where we've met with leadership, and you try to talk to them before they leave, and their security is all around them. Then you can't say nothing. You can take a picture maybe, but that's it. The conversation is, "Let me hurry up and get out the door. Let me hurry up and get out the door." Um, oh, you're too close.
Let's talk
Uh,
about me, not you.
okay. So yeah. So I like the fact that he's willing to hear the concerns and address them, and not run out the door, and make sure those concerns. And what he said to me was, and he's, I'm just really gonna be honest. He said, "I cannot fix everything overnight. I cannot do it right away, but we'll have a list, a priority list, and put the things that are really high priority, and go down the list and start working on each area of concern at a time." But to really sincerely look and to have a list. We want a person that is for the community, that has integrity. And I'm not saying that other people don't, but I'm just saying, you know, that has the integrity and the heart for the people, that have walked in a lot of the shoes that the community are, who has been without, who has been struggling, who has done those things, and, um, and can empathize with people that may be in various situations right now. So, I do like that.
Yeah, my buddy Fernando Walker said, and I think this is a very important question, because we are what, less we're about 30 days out for the general election, right? And Fernando said, "What can the people do around the city, Milwaukee County, to help Dr. David King for mayor of Milwaukee, city of Milwaukee? What can we do to
First
help
of
you?"
all, can
Yeah,
I say one thing?
yeah.
Tag everybody and let them know. Tag everybody in your Facebook page and say, let them know. First of all, everybody on the Facebook page, and then go to the website and tell and text people that are not on the Facebook page. Text everyone you know that there is a mayor that's running, that you need to really take a look at, and look at his platform. That's the second thing. And if you can volunteer any hours, reach out on the campaign page, and go on there and volunteer some time. Maybe you can stand out in front of Walmart and let people know. Maybe you can stand at various locations Tag all your family and friends. Let them know. Tag your neighborhood. Let them know. That's another thing I just thought about. Thank you. But everybody in your neighborhood, I just told my brothers, that he's running that. So we need to do that. Every time I go to the grocery store, I'm handing out lists. So, and if you can donate to the campaign, every dollar helps. $1, $3, $5, 50. We ain't turning down 100. We ain't turning down 200. So if you
Right.
can donate to the campaign, go on the website and donate to the campaign. Everything
Absolutely.
else. Thank you for the phone number that's on there. You can contact them directly, and go on the website and uh, and somebody will reach back out to you and let you know. If you only got an hour a week, that hour is better than no hours. If you got 30 minutes a day, that 30 minutes is better than no minutes. So we got 29 days to get the word out and let everybody know.
Wow. Yeah.
Did I say
Yeah.
enough?
Yeah, and this is how I envision it, right? All of us know network marketing, right? So what we can do is get 10 people and then help them 10 get 10, right? Help them tell them about 10 and then tell that 10 about 10. Then we will see the the general election numbers go up, right? We'll see those, and then if you are, let me say this: if you are not a registered voter, go to my website and you can just go on the website, look at voter information, and you can become a registered voter. If you want a absentee ballot, go to the website and you can register for a absentee ballot as
And
well.
if you want a yard sign, call the phone number for a yard sign. And if
Yep.
you have trouble with the website, call there and someone will answer as well.
And that website is King for Mayor. That's King FOR Mayor.net. Go there and you can get the information that Dr. David King was just sharing with us about. So go there, and that's how we can get the information. Or you can call Sister Tanetta, go on her Facebook page, and let her know that you want to help. Or Dr. King.
Yeah, and if you want to meet in person, we would be at Trail Manos, 1332 West Lincoln on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Come out and shake hands, talk, share your concerns. That's at Trey Hamondo's, 1332 West Lincoln Avenue from 6 to 8 on this Tuesday. And we do have some hors d'oeuvres. So if you like Mexican food, you'll really enjoy yourself. So we will be on the south side this Tuesday.
Awesome, awesome. That's 13th and Lincoln.
13th and Lincoln,
All right, at 6 p.m. on this Tuesday. What date is that? The Tuesday is the
March
what?
the 5th.
March the 5th. This Tuesday, March 5th, he'll be at what's the name of the place again?
Mondo.
Yeah,
And he'll be there at six p.m.
yeah.
6 p.m.
All right, all right. Um,
Well,
go ahead.
also, will he be on WGLB in the morning?
Oh, yes, right. Tomorrow morning he'll be on WGLB at 9 a.m. He's going to be there with the two kings and the bishop. It's a show that happens every Monday. Wake up Monday. We got the bishop of the Holly Division, and they're gonna be there. And so Dr. King is our special guest, and he will be there on the station. You can listen on TuneIn, on the TuneIn app. Just download the TuneIn app, type in 1560 or 96.1, or just type in WGLB. It'll pop up, and you can listen right on your TuneIn app. You can listen anywhere in the city. If you don't have the TuneIn app, you can definitely listen on your FM station, 96.1 or AM 1560. And again, that's tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Please listen in. We're going to ask some more questions, and we're going to get to know Dr. David King a little bit more. Each time we want to get to know more. We want to get inside his head, because he's going to be the leader of the city. So we need to know what he's thinking.
And wait a minute, you did that wrong. Go back. You know how you do it. I gotta hear it.
What's that?
WGOB. Where? Come on.
Where
Where
gospel
gospel
lovers
lovers
belong.
belong.
Come on.
Don't do us. We come for you. Belong.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Sister
And so,
Tynetta, I'm sorry, Sister Tynetta, she also works there too with me, and she's one of our on-air personalities there, and she has a show, Tea Time with Ty, and so we thank God for her and her lovely show
and
and all
don't
this.
forget about Invested in Milwaukee Wednesdays between 3 and 4.
Talk about it. Invest in Milwaukee. So the other version of this show will be on Wednesdays at 3 o'clock from 3 to 4. It is another town hall type of setup where you can call in, ask questions. Listen, we complain that our leaders don't listen to us. But then when opportunities arise, we don't call, we don't show up. These are opportunities for you to ask questions about the candidate that's going to be the next mayor of the city of Milwaukee. You can talk to him. He's offering his phone. This is his phone number. 414-676-0814. That's his phone number, y'all. Y'all can call him and y'all can talk to him. Thank you, Sister Alicia. You can call in on Wednesdays. You can call in on Monday at 414-578-1560, 414-578-1560 on WGLB. On tomorrow and on Wednesday, you can call in. You can talk directly to Dr. King himself. Ask him any questions. You can do it right now. We're still here. You can chime in, ask your questions right now. We're here.
Yes,
We
we are. We here, and what people got to understand and realize is this: we really haven't had a mayor of my caliber, and I'm gonna say it like that because I really care about the people. Okay, I have done many funerals of people that died, but I refused to go when the camera was there. I went to families, but I never went when the camera was there because I'm not about to gain on somebody else's pain. I'm there to help them get through the pain. Okay, so we have to understand what kind of leader. That's a question that we have to ask ourselves. What kind of leader do we want for our city? Do we want somebody that care, or do we want somebody that care about themselves? That's just the bottom line when we look for leadership. That's what we do when we look for a church. We don't just look at the pastor. We want to see what kind of ministries they got, right? We want to make sure that they got some for my children. If I'm single, that we want to know if they got a single ministry, right? We want to make sure that this is a fit. So if we're going to do that for church, if we're going to do that for school, should we not do that for our leaders?
well,
Absolutely.
I definitely say we need to vet our leadership and hold them accountable. And we haven't seen that a lot where I'm not going to say all leadership, but some leadership don't want to be held accountable while they're in office. They think their office is just a cushy place for them to collect the check. But we need some people in there. And you want to say this too. We need to stop voting just because we know the name. We need to stop voting because of that. We need to stop voting because um, uh, uh, people just don't vote. When you don't vote, then you voted for nothing. You want change,
Right.
you have to go out there and vote. If you like things to, if you want to see something different, if you want to see um, a change and that I don't like way things are going now. Well, if you never go out there and take a step, you'll never see. As people are hard, it's I see it's hard for people to step up and stand out on their conviction, and they're
Yes.
scared of what people may say
Yes.
if they do certain things. But it ain't about you scared of what people may say. It's about I'm voting for my convictions. I'm voting for what's right. I'm voting for the person I think will get the job done. I don't care if they've been there how long. I don't care what their
Right.
last name is. I want the job to get done. So if it takes Ty to get out there and do the job, vote for Ty. It says take J.B. J to do the job, vote for J.B.J. To take Pastor Rosie to do the job, vote for her. But we got two people in the race right now, and we know we don't like where we at. So in order to make a change, we got to vote for change.
So we
Come,
have to step up and vote for David King because he is the right person for the job at the right time. We need change in our city. We have a lot of crime that we're dealing with. We have cars running through the city, and it's not just young people running through the city in the cars, it's older people running through the city as well. So we need change in our city, and we need our people. Our people are the only ones that's going to be able to help bring about this change. So we need your vote. We need your
Yes.
vote April 2nd in the city of Milwaukee. We need our people to come forth, come forward. Like he says, 10 tell another 10, and that 10 tell another 10. We're not in mainstream media, so we need to hold our forces and come together and do what we need to do. I said, we know how to go underground and make it happen. We're the type of people that will go underground. We don't have to have, this, that, or the other. We know how to connect. When word of mouth is very strong, I ain't gonna say what I call it Negro news, but we can go to one another and get the job done. And so this is very vital. It's very important that we pull our forces and pull together and get Dr. David King elected as mayor in the city of Milwaukee because of what they're doing to undermine his campaign. We have to do it ourselves, and we have to do it ourselves. And then we need to, call the news media and let them know we want to hear from all of the candidates that's on the ballot. There's only two of them. So we need to hear from both sides. We need to call those individuals, radio and television stations, and let them know we need to hear. Why are you being biased? Why are you being, biased against one or the other? Let's get the word out. Let's let the people hear both sides of what's being said. Both individuals, let's hear what they have to say. The people need to know that.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yep.
Um, Go ahead, Dr. King.
No, I'm sorry, but the reason I started laughing because of that text right there. You see that?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Fernando's crazy. Right, you crazy. That's my dude.
Hey, that's what he called Ty on yesterday.
Miss Virginia.
Yeah. Have you seen the movie
What movie?
Miss Virginia?
Oh, that's the name of the movie. Oh, wow. I haven't seen the movie. I gotta see the movie so I can see the reference.
Yeah, I gotta see that too because
Yeah,
that's what he called her yesterday. And
Immediately.
immediately.
He walked right up to me and said, "Your new name is Miss Virginia."
That's funny.
He
yeah,
remind me of you, Pastor J.B.J.
Yeah,
I'm
that's my
sorry.
boy. That's my boy. That's why. Listen, we don't want to be on here long, and so we're wrapping it up right now. But I want to just say this, Dr. King, you are also a pastor as well, correct?
yes, sir.
And you pastor with your wife there. And I just want to read Proverbs for you. Proverbs 29:2.
Okay.
Proverbs 29:2. It says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice." I
Yes.
could stop right there,
Yes, you can.
but I'm gonna keep reading.
Okay.
It says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn."
Yes.
Listen, we've been in mourning for a little bit of time now.
Yes.
I don't know about you or the listening audience or anybody out there watching. Listen, I'm ready to rejoice.
I
Hey.
know
I
that's
know I
right.
want to rejoice
Hey.
too.
I'm ready to rejoice. So you know what
Hey.
you got to do? Vote for David King, right? The
Yeah.
Bible says when the righteous are, I go preach tonight. We gotta go.
Oh, I was saying you get ready to get
Well,
you get ready to get started.
I ain't gonna preach, y'all. Y'all don't get me started. Listen,
but you know what? Let me say this. It's time for and I'm gonna say it this way, all right? It's time for the kingdom of God, the people of God, And like I say, we're not going to wade the Bible at City Hall and be religious. We're going with the principles, right? And the statutes of God that's blessed everybody, right? Because everybody can prosper, everybody can bless. But the thing that we have to understand is this: when we looking for those to be lawmakers, right? Because one of the things we have to understand is lawmakers change and create culture. So when you're putting somebody there, and then you never vet them, you don't understand the culture, you don't understand what they under, then once they get there, what they under is what you're going to be under. And so we got to stop, and I say this all the time: don't vote image, vote character, vote integrity. Vote for somebody that lines up with your values. Vote for. I ain't studying Walker right now. Vote for somebody that has your and your children and your grandchildren best interests at heart. That's what we got to do now.
Listen,
even our children being attacked right now.
Absolutely, from the old to the young, they're being attacked. That word in Proverbs 29 says, when the righteous are in authority,
yes,
the people. It didn't say the Christians rejoice.
Right.
It says the people.
Everybody is blessed.
Yes.
Right? And so it is time for everybody to get. I want my blessing. I don't know about y'all. I want my blessing. Listen, thank you again for having this town hall and hosting this town hall meeting. We're going to do it again next Saturday, right?
Yep, next Sunday.
Next Sunday. What's today? What's today? Saturday? It's the Lord's Day. Oh, okay.
Yep, next Sunday.
Next Sunday at 7. So tomorrow, tune in to WGLB at 9 o'clock. Dr. King will be there as well. Also tune in on Wednesday. But before Wednesday, Tuesday, go on. If you're on the South Side, go to 13th and 13th and Lincoln, and be at Tres Hermanos.
It stands for Three Brothers. That's the definition of it.
Go to Three Brothers on 13th and Lincoln tomorrow. Go there and meet Dr. King and his wife Tavah at Three Brothers.
Tuesday.
I'm sorry, Tuesday. See, y'all messing me up with the Spanish. I'm gonna get it. So go on 13th and Lincoln on Tuesday.
1332.
1332, and meet Dr. King on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, join him at 3 p.m. on WGLB for his own show, Invested in Milwaukee. And you can, again, engage there. And you can also call in. It's a great program. It's a great opportunity. And then join us back here next Sunday at 7 p.m. where we'll talk some more. Thank you again for joining us, and God bless.
God bless.
I am David King, and I approve this message.
Milwaukee, it's time for change. It's time for leadership that listens, understands, and takes action. David King is that leader. As a dedicated community advocate and successful entrepreneur, David knows what it takes to get things done. He's not afraid to roll up his sleeves and work alongside the people of Milwaukee to tackle our toughest challenges. From improving public safety to investing in our schools, David King has a bold vision for our city's future. He'll ensure that every resident has a seat at the table.
Together, we can build a Milwaukee that works for everyone. A city where opportunity knows no bound and where our best days are yet to come. I'm David King, and I am ready to lead.
Authorized and paid for by King for Mayor, Celadis Landon, Treasurer.